Hello and welcome to Car Bull Crap. As some of you might know, I already made a review video of the car I'm driving right now. That's the Peugeot 2008. I had the big problem at that moment that the audio was completely unusable. I kind of fixed that problem. I bought a microphone, external mic, and hopefully we can give the 2008 another chance on this. But I didn't want to make a completely new review or test drive video because I basically already did that and I don't like doing this stuff twice. So I thought, well, maybe we do something else. I see them a lot on YouTube, and that's the 10 things or 5 things or how many things, it doesn't matter, I hate about this car. To be in general, I really love this car. I like it. We bought it about a year ago, slightly over a year ago, and basically it is just a good car and there's nothing wrong with it. But there are always, in everything, some slight minor things that once you have the car and you own it a time, you run into and you think, that could have been done better. And that's basically the things we're going to talk about. Whether it is poor design or something else, that doesn't matter that much. But yeah, basically the things I do not like about this car. 1. As you all know or might not know, this car has a sat-nav system, and the layout of the keyboard is, in my opinion, really bad. You have an ABC layout. I don't know who types with an ABC keyboard. I do not. I've never learned it, and I've never used it in real life, only on screens. So my question to the people at Peugeot is, please make an update where you have a QWERTY layout, or at least when you can choose the layout of the keyboard, because the one that's in now is really sucky. I know you are not supposed to use it while driving, but every now and then you are on the way and you think, forgot to punch in the address and now I have to do it while driving. And it doesn't make it any less dangerous while you are searching for the letters on that virtual keyboard on your touchscreen. So that's something I do not like about this car, and I think it's an easy fix for Peugeot. They just need to revise their software and voila, all done. Number 2. The second thing I'm not really fond of in this car is the thing I wanted to talk about in the first video at all, and that is that this car turns into a compost heap when you park it underneath a tree. Basically, what I mean by that is that when the leaves and small branches and stuff like that falls on the car, on the windshield, it goes down and you have a nice sill. Normally it just runs off and all the stuff is gone, but with this car there are some strainers and it all stays in there until it dissolves into a lower part, and then it stays in there as well. So technically you are collecting compost, and that's what I mean by this car turns into a compost heap when you drive it long enough. Is that really a bad thing? No, I think the engineers and designers on Peugeot have thought it through. It will eventually fall down through the car on the ground and you have no bother with it. But I'll show you that there are some stuff that is laying on the metal underneath the strainer where I can't reach it to pick it out. And I am actually quite meticulous about this, because every time I wash the car I pick out all the crap and all the leaves and the acorns and everything that is in there, and So normally you wouldn't have to have any bother with that, but yeah, with this car it is. And I hoped when we bought this car that Peugeot would have addressed the problem already, because the 206 has the same problem, and the 206 is quite a bit older than this car. Well, number 3, after free is like this, not this is free. Yet another minor thing, but can be helped, maybe in the next generation, not in this car anyway, is that the back seats of this car are not as comfortable as the front seats. Personally, I do not really care about that. I always sit in the front of the car, so yeah, I usually drive, so it's not really my problem. But I think it is something that you see more often. We test drove different cars, and most cars have a rather harsh back seat for some reason. I do not understand exactly why that is, but it is. So that's a thing I do not like about this car. Another thing also has to do with the back, so 4. So another thing for the back is when the car is wet, after you washed it, or when it's raining, which does not have a lot here in the Netherlands, when you open the back doors, there are drips falling onto the seat. I know it is something minor, but to be honest, I've never seen that in another car before. It has to do with the sloping sides of the car, I think. So the back seat is actually a little bit outside of the car when you look down from the roof. It's not that much, but it is a little bit. And yeah, that is not really something they thought of, to be honest, in my opinion. I'm not a car designer. I don't know a lot about car design, but I do see some things that I think, well, that could have been done better, I think. And these are one of those things that I think, well, designers at Peugeot, wake up. You should have seen that before you put that stuff into that car. Or maybe they said, yeah, well, we see it, but we don't care. So, up to number 5. Well, number 5, that is also something really interesting. And that's something that really annoys me. And that's not only for this particular car, it is for more than only this car. And that is that in this car, the cup holders are virtually useless. Why are they useless? Because a normal drink bottle from a half a liter, or a soda can for 1/3 liter, it doesn't fit into it. When you put it in, it falls over, and when you put a bottle into it, it falls over, and it touches the buttons of your climate control. It's just stupid design. I don't know what kind of bottles they use in France, but normal. Yeah, in case you're wondering what the people are all doing here, they are plane spotting, because the F-35 is landing here on an airstrip nearby, so that's why they are all here. Anyway, back to the subject. The cup holder. Cup holders are basically useless. When you put a bottle of gum into it, it doesn't fit. It fits so snug that when you pull it out, the whole cup holder comes with it. So that's really stupid design. Fix it. It's not that hard. I know most cars don't have proper designed cup holders, but this is really ridiculous. Then, number 6, the partial shelf of this car. Another thing, in my opinion, what I think about this car, it was a bit of a rush job to build it, or at least to design it. They took a normal hatchback's parcel shelf, made it a little bit longer, and they didn't put any ties or ropes on it, so when you open your back door or the hatch, it doesn't come up. It just stays flat, which is most of the time not really a big issue, but yeah, sometimes it is, and in my opinion that could have been designed better. Like I already said, not that it is a really bad or poor design, but it could have been designed better, and that's something I see in more cars. The next one is the reversing light on this car. Yeah, I don't know why they designed it in the way they have designed it. It's very low, and it's only on the right side of the car, and the luminance is not that bright. So when you reverse, and you reverse into a dark spot, you can't really see behind you. So a bit of a continuity error. As you can see, different shirt. We're here on a different day, roughly at the same place where we have been before. So yeah, I'll show you two other things that I not so really like about this car, and yet again, minor things, but still things I don't like. So I'll show you. So we're having a sit inside the car, not because it's really cold outside, but it is a bit more noisy than I actually thought it would be here. We're standing next to a highway, and yeah, well, that's not really quiet, and there's a little wind. I don't know how much wind the microphone will pick up, so I thought it would be better to sit in the car instead of standing outside. Well, let's get to business. The two things I didn't like about this car that I actually forgot to record the first time I did this are operation of the center screen on your dashboard. Basically, it works all fine, don't get me wrong, it works really fine, only they made a slight mistake or forgot about something, and that is when you operate it, you can switch from one screen to another, that's no problem, but when you have switched to for instance your fuel consumption, that's only one page further than your normal speed indicator. When you want to switch back, you have to go all the way around to get back to your speed indicator. Well, this is not really a big issue, but it is something that in my opinion could have been fixed, because on the other side you have another well, that's not the indicator stalk. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the indicator stalk. The other one is for the windshield wipers, but there is also a button on it, and that button doesn't do anything. I actually before I bought the car, I actually figured out, I read all the manuals and all that kind of stuff, and saw on the forums that there is a button and that doesn't do anything. And yeah, I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly how or what it should have done in different cars, because that's basically it. It is a indicator stalk that has been used in several models, and it does something in other cars, but I don't know what. Anyway, they could have been using it in this car to go back one page. Minor Mr. Peugeot could have done that better. The other thing I'm not so fond of in this car is the operation of the panoramic roof shade. I really like it that there is one in there. It is during the winter it's always open, but now it is a really warm and sunny day, so there's a nice shade on it. And to be honest, the operation of the shade is not something that I'm really fond of. It does work, but the placement is a bit off, because I'm not really the tallest guy, so my seat is, well, not really far to the front, but I think it's more than the average person, and that makes the operation of this already kind of weird. Then there is another point in this, and that is it doesn't have an automatic operation. And what I mean with that is when you have your windshields, or your windows, when you press them down firmly, you hear a click, and then it goes all the way down or all the way up when you pull them. That goes basically for all the windows and not for the shade of your panoramic roof, which is a little bit of a shame if you ask me. Yet again, no biggie, but yeah, could have been better. What I would have liked to have it, I wouldn't have it here in the center console. I would have liked it to have it up here, next to your light operation thingies, I don't know how you call them, and the microphone of your handset or car kit of your car. So yeah, basically now I want to sign off on this video. I already did it in the other video, but I had to cut it because I forgot these two, and that's why you have a nice big continuity. And yeah, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more of these videos, like things I do not like, or things I do like about this car, let's start with that. Let me know. Just write it down in the comments. Maybe there are more people who are interested in buying a car like this, because this is rather affordable, and yeah, I would like to help you with that. So let me know, and well, tune in next time.